through how this happened. I've lost $16,000 in my small business. It's really hit hard. It's really hurt the wife. She's really not coping very well, and I'm just trying to pull it together after 2 days, trying to work out how to focus and push forwards. So, I suppose let's go back to the start. We were contracted to. I run a small pressure washing business in Australia, and we were contracted to do a respraying job of a roof, to come in and fix it up and respray the roof. So we washed it down, we cleaned it, we put undercoat on it, we did 2 top coats. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the job. The job was 100% perfect. What's up, Todd? Just running through how this happened. So the job was actually perfect. Everybody was happy in the committee. The work site was, there was nothing wrong with the job. All right. So I understand big corporations like that, or big businesses like that, tend to like pay at the end of the month. It's got to go through the committee to get reapproved on the invoice, and then they pay at the end of the month. So we finished this job in August, probably a week before the end of the month. So it got approved, and they said that we're going to get paid by end of month in September. So we didn't think anything of it. We sent in our invoice. They got sent 2 overdue notices due to our system. So they should have had at least 3 copies of our invoice, and our bank account details are on our emails as well as our PDF file. So we send an email with our bank account details and a PDF file. So there's 2 copies of our bank account details and everything like that. So we're in October, so we're a week from the due date of getting paid, and we're like, wife's like, should I call these guys because we haven't received the money yet? And I'm like, yeah, go for it. Like, it's already a month and a half over, so do whatever you want. Trace them down, track them down, kill them. I don't care. And she rung them up, and then she ended up ringing me crying, saying they paid the money into a different bank account with a different business name. That's not even our name. It's an Indian name to a company that's linked to the UK, and but it's got like Australian bank account or something. So I'm not quite sure what's gone there, but it's just trying to process all this. So we got that phone call on Friday. It's Sunday now. So we've gone through and worked out that our email's been hacked. They sent an email out after we sent ours out, which their email that went through had all different writing on it. The invoice looked exactly the same except for the bank account details. There was a couple of things taken out of the invoice that we normally write into our invoices. And then the email that it come through on wasn't even our business email, but the guy ended up paying it without checking any of the information on the invoice itself, or calling us to say, hey, is this your bank account? He didn't do any of that. So what we found out on Friday is we went to our bank account. We sat down there for an hour and said, hey, can we do anything on our end? And they're like, no, well, it's their responsibility. In their eyes, it's an unpaid bill and they're liable for the money, and you have to chase it up with them. And then every time we talk to those guys, they're like, well, we've paid paid the money. It's not our responsibility if the emails have changed. I'm like, well, you guys paid into the wrong bank account. So I don't see how it's my responsibility to double check that before you pay a large amount of money. So we're still fighting over that. Whether we're going to get the money back or not, that's another story. I think it's gone and I won't see a penny of it. So it's a massive loss to my small business. So what we're going to do pushing forwards is I'm working weekends and stuff to make up for the difference, and I'm just going to have to work 4 weekends to make up that money, to get it back in the bank account, to get back up to where I was. But pushing forwards in our business, in any large sums of money, we are going to do paper invoicing. We're either going to mail it into the company or we're going to present it in a folder and we're going to give it to the secretary or whoever pays the bills in person and say, please ring me before you pay this bill. And possibly if you're going to pay it by check. I don't care if it's going to take 4 extra days. I'd rather not lose the money. So that's the way we're going to proceed with our business in the future for any of these large type businesses. I've dealt with large construction businesses on the coast, and they've rung me up 3 times to confirm my bank account details before they lodge them in the computer, which is great. I love that. I just thought the person paying me on the other end of this one would have rung me up when he was typing in the business name and it wasn't even Water Attack or whatever our business name was. It just is really a kick in the ass. So what we've done on our end is we've gone through our IT department and we've re-secured our emails so they can't get in again. So we've gone, double checked all that, re-secured all our emails. So we've re-signed in on a new email, and that will notify anybody. It'll notify us if anybody has hacked in or come in through another system. So we've got all that buttoned up. So we've done as much as we can do on our end. But once again, we're going to go back to an old school system, paper invoices. We're going to mail in invoices if we have to say, right, these are our bank account details. Even though once we quote and get the job sent in, we'll say, hey, these are our credentials. These are our bank account details. Double check with us after the job is finished. It is a must and it is a requirement to our business that you're liable if you pay into the wrong bank account details. So we're going to do that on our end, because once again, like, you can say that on your invoice, but these guys come in and they change our invoice completely. So regardless of what you write on your invoice or your PDF file, they'll just change that or they'll chop that off. Like, I've got these invoices, I'm not going to put them online. I'll put them on my page or to people that in my private group that actually want to know about this. I'll put up both emails, invoices up on that. But yeah, $16,000 is just, for any small business, that's a huge hit, considering there was $9,200 worth of expenses on that job. That's labor, paint, materials, boom hire. Like, the $6,000 profit off that job is just completely gone, let alone the $9,000 that I've outlaid in cost. So that's my next thing, is to say, hey, right, you guys are lost out here, we've lost out here. Can we kind of retrieve the $9,000? So you guys lose, we lose, and then if the bank comes back to you and says, yeah, we can pay that as a fraudulent payment, but I just see it as me losing all the way, because if I go to legal action, straight away it's $1,600 just to get everything set up, and then it's $5,000 a day to go to court to get that heard about. So I've lost another $6,000 on top of the $16,000. So it's really suckful that I can't even chase the money through legal system, just because it's going to cost too much. Like, it's ridiculous setup. So we're just going to make sure we cover our ass on our end, and I really hope this video goes viral and helps hundreds and hundreds of businesses to button up their procedures, just so they don't lose like $1,000 or $2,000. Like, it's just kicking the ass. So I thought I'd just make this video. I wanted to do it live so you guys can see me. I didn't want to do an edited video, because it has to be heartfelt video. I feel you got to see my emotions. Like, it's really impacted what I'm doing at the present moment. Like, I was really pushing ahead and starting to build up a nice bank account, and this just hit you on top. So thanks for listening. Share it out, post it out as much as you guys can. Like it, just put it out as to whoever's out there. So catch you later.